Hey guys, welcome back. This is our New Year's Eve episode. So it's very cold outside and therefore it's cold in the garage, so we can't do any painting or anything like that. So what we are going to do is our duct extension, which will move our engine back, which will help get our center of gravity where it needs to be. So what parts are we using to make this? What are we going to make it out of? Are we going to make it out of wood? Nope. We are going to reuse some of the parts that came with the kit. So this was for the old motor mounts and ducting and everything for the larger size fan, which we're not using. So what I did was I took the back half that was off of there, and that was a couple inches longer anyways, and I cut that off. Alright, so then the next thing I did is I cut a strip out. I had to cut straight back there so that we could unroll it flat, and then I cut a strip that was 2.5 inches long. So I'm going to mount you up on a tripod here, and I'll kind of show you some of the steps that we're going to do. Now, one of the key things that we wanted to make happen is we want the duct to be lined up with the inside diameter here so that the airflow is uninterrupted and it doesn't hit that lip. We want it to just be nice, smooth transition. So I'll show you how we're going to do that. Okay, first step, we are going to add some tape here. So all we want to do is start, and we're going to go down kind of deep here so that the tape is more rigid up towards the top. And we're just going to start at our starting point, push against the inside of the duct, and work our way around. Okay, and you want to make sure that you get a good contact with the sides. You don't want any wrinkles or anything, and I'll show you why here in a second. Okay, now we've got a nice lip that we can wrap our duct around. So we're just going to go nice and slow around the tape, and we just want to make sure that we're pressing down and against the tape. So okay, and you can see right here it looks like we're going to have to sand our bottom edge a little bit. Everything lines up nice, but this kind of overlaps and we don't want an overlap. So, I'm going to go ahead and fix that and show you the next step. Okay, so I've got these to where they don't overlap, and now we're just going to tape for right now. Alright, and that should give us a pretty consistent diameter all the way around. Now, this part will fit into the existing Stumax ductwork. The problem is going to be this will line up perfectly with the inside diameter of the ductwork, and it'll slide right in. But if you look around the edge here, looks like we still have maybe about 1/8 of an inch gap. Well, there's also going to be 1/8 of an inch gap that we need to fill, that we need to artificially put there in order to have everything fit just the way it needs to be. The other thing that I want to build onto this is I want the outside diameter to go around the ductwork here, so this tube will slide onto this. So we're going to need to fill this void somehow. So I was figuring what we could do is wrap some of the remaining ducting that was left over from the original parts and kind of gluing that so that we have that flange. So, but I need to fill this with something first. So, but what I'll probably end up doing is maybe going to the hobby store and then just getting a little bit of wood. But regardless, we're going to need to reinforce this so that it maintains its shape. But I think that once we get our diameter around the outside here a little bit thicker, I think it's going to be pretty rigid. So anyways, I think I'm going to run to the hobby store, see what I can find, and kind of go for there. So I'll see you when I get back. Okay guys, back from the hobby store. I got myself some, looks like 16th inch balsa. I tried to get some flexible stuff there at the hobby store. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to glue together a couple strips so that we can get the total circumference, because we want the grain, we want to bend on the grain. So I think the easiest way to do this is we'll just go one width of our ruler. And these will go about 1/4 the way around our duct. So we're gonna need 4 of these. Okay, we're going to do one more just in case. Okay, so we've got 5 pieces here. We'll probably need 4 and then just a little bit of this last one here. So the next thing we need to do is get some CA and glue this together. Before I even do that though, we're gonna get ourselves some wax paper. So I'm gonna do that first before we start gluing. Okay, and I'm just kind of holding them all together tightly, and we're gonna sand just to make sure that they're all exactly the same. I'm gonna flip it over, repeat. Okay, so let's glue 4 of these together to start off. Okay, now we've got a big long piece that we can work with here. So next, I think I'm going to sand it smooth just a bit. Get out any of the inconsistencies. Yeah, I think we've got her. Now, let's see how close we are. Now when I measured this at the hobby store, this brought it right exactly out to the edge, and it looks like that's still true, so that's good. Probably going to want to dampen this a bit. Let's try bending it the other way and see. Okay, you can see we're definitely going to need to use that last piece. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to our dealy bob here. Alright, well now I need to get some water or spray bottle or something to soak this. I don't want to crack it now after spending all that time, so I'm going to go ahead and sand one more time. Alright, I think this is going to look pretty slick. It's going to work out pretty good. You know what I think we can do? Let's try this. Where's my tape? There it is. Okay, let's try this. So we'll start right here. Basically doing the exact same process here that we did with our ducting. Okay, so looks like we're going to need to put a little bit of a cut right. Alright. That is actually pretty much perfect. Let me grab another piece of tape here. Alright, I'm going to let this sit for a little bit. Again, I still am going to try to spray some water on here to get it to loosen up the fibers a bit, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of glue over here, but overall I think that's gonna be super rigid. In fact, I don't think we're gonna have to reinforce much at all. Probably still will, but I've got some carbon toe that I haven't used yet, so but anyways, so now what we'll need to do is once I get this conformed, then we're going to add one more strip, probably the exact same size, just to make it nice and easy, because about half this width that we have existing is the width of this lip here, so, and we'll just do another one down here, and then that's what will make it so that it allows us to slide right onto the Stumax. So I think that's going to work pretty slick. It's not super heavy, it's actually pretty light, so I'll go ahead and wet this down and come back here in just a bit.